What if I told you there's a single red buoy floating somewhere in our oceans right now, and every sea captain who encounters it simply vanishes without a trace? This isn't some old maritime legend. This is happening today, and the evidence is more disturbing than you could imagine. The first recorded incident dates back to 1987 when Captain Maria Santos sent her final radio transmission near the coordinates where this crimson marker was spotted. Her voice crackled through the static. "There's something wrong with this buoy. It's not on any charts, but it's following us." The Coast Guard found her vessel 3 days later, completely empty, engines still running, coffee still warm in the galley. Here's where it gets terrifying. This buoy doesn't stay in one place. Maritime tracking systems have logged sightings from the North Atlantic to the Pacific coast, always moving against prevailing currents, always appearing where vessels report unusual electromagnetic interference before disappearing forever. Captain James Morrison from Seattle documented his encounter in 2003. His ship's cameras captured footage of the buoy pulsing with an eerie red light before his transmission cut to static. When rescue teams arrived, they found his boat circling the exact spot where the buoy had been, but Morrison and his crew were gone, leaving behind only their personal belongings and a logbook with the final entry, "It knows we're watching." The most chilling aspect isn't the disappearances themselves, it's what happens to the recovered footage. Every single recording shows the same phenomenon. As ships approach the buoy, their electronic equipment begins malfunctioning, creating layers of static that seem to form patterns. Audio experts who've analyzed these tapes claim the static contains what sounds like human voices, speaking in reverse, though authorities dismiss this as psychological suggestion. Maritime insurance companies have quietly blacklisted certain ocean coordinates, refusing to cover vessels that venture into specific zones. These restricted areas mysteriously align with every confirmed buoy sighting over the past 4 decades. Professional salvage teams refuse jobs in these waters, claiming their equipment fails inexplicably when they approach. The scariest part? Recent satellite imagery suggests the buoy's movement patterns are becoming more aggressive, appearing closer to major shipping lanes and popular fishing grounds. 3 fishing vessels vanished off the Oregon coast last month, each reporting a red marker in their final transmissions. Some maritime researchers theorize the buoy is connected to underwater geological activity, possibly marking unstable ocean floor conditions. Others suggest it's man-made, perhaps a psychological warfare experiment gone wrong. But skeptics can't explain why rescue teams consistently find abandoned vessels with no signs of struggle, no distress signals, and crews that vanished as if they simply walked off their boats in the middle of the ocean. The most recent incident occurred just weeks ago when the cargo ship Northern Wind went silent after reporting an uncharted red buoy. Search teams recovered the vessel intact, engines running, but found something that's keeping investigators awake at night. Every clock on board had stopped at exactly the same time, and the ship's compass was spinning wildly, pointing not north, but directly toward where the buoy was last seen. Tonight, somewhere in the vast darkness of our oceans, that red buoy continues its impossible journey, waiting for the next captain brave enough, or unlucky enough, to sail too close.